I know that some of you guys have been noticing that I haven't been uploading on my motivational channel on YouTube. And the only reason why I haven't been doing that is because I've been focusing on my main account, which is DVN. And I personally I personally want to try and do both things, as in like do one thing and another, and then it's like it's it's hard to multitask if I'm trying to put that into words and everything. But and this has gone loose, yeah. And really, I might need to get a new microphone stand. Also having been this can either work either way. But yeah, what I want to talk to you today about this topic, and not many people might find this interesting and all this type of stuff. Like, I mean, if you don't find it interesting, then you can always click off. I'm not always bothered on what you think of my videos or anything. But yeah, what I want to say is that even if you have a disability, if you're paralyzed, right? Let's say this: if you're paralyzed, even if you can't use a treadmill, you can't use, like, let's say that you're paralyzed with your legs. I mean, you can still work out, but it might seem a bit difficult. But the thing is about me as well, when I work out, I had scoliosis at the time. I had scoliosis when I was back in secondary school, and it won't really it won't really easy for me to try and get this out of the way and out, all that type of stuff. And I needed a load of help when I was working out. And you guys may seem, well, you might seem like, oh, this guy might be, bullshitting about his disability and everything, but I'm not. I personally not. Every time in my videos, right, even if you see one shoulder lopsided and then this shoulder isn't, right, you might see one video, or you might see my Instagram posts or anything. Like, I'm not going to go show my back on this video because I don't think that will be allowed. I personally don't think it will be allowed because it's just some massive scar on my back. And you can do something in life. If you can work out one part of your body, if you're some lazy person that sleeps all day, like, I don't really think that you could be doing that on your day-to-day life. Like, you're wasting your time. Like, I personally think for myself that you are wasting your time. I know it might sound harsh, but when people say, especially in reels, that there is no excuses at all, there is exactly no excuses. But let's say this: when I first went into the gym, let's say this, I was a skinny person. I can't lie. I was some skinny person. Like, my shoulders, like I don't know how you explain my shoulders, to be honest with you. But there was an old video when I used to have, like, really, like, let's say for my arms now, like, if I try flexing on each bicep or anything like that. I mean, I wasn't really experienced with the gym, really. I wasn't really. And then it was different postures, like, whilst working out as well. And it wasn't really as easy for me to either do that anyway, so I needed help. And especially because of my back, my core wasn't great, so I couldn't lift as much heavy weights, really. And I think I was there for like 6 months. It was with my brothers as well. I call them my brothers because they are my brothers. Others might say, oh, they're your friends. No, they're my brothers. I don't care what you think. And it gets to that point where I recently started going back to the gym as well. There might be some times that I might go back to the gym by myself. Well, how can I make this make sense again? So I'm still with the people that I work out with, even though working out by yourself, it might seem that you're a bit independent for yourself. But if you had that energy, if you had that boost of a person that says you have to keep pushing, you have to keep pushing, because if you're not going to keep pushing, and if you're not going to feel that achiness by the next day, you have not done it properly, or you have not done enough. And if your biceps, if your chest, if your legs just literally don't feel anything at all, then you've literally have not done enough for yourself. And I'll be completely deadly honest with that. I may have it once, twice, third, fourth, and half of the time, yeah, it's quite normal because you don't know which weights to either use. But if I know I have to think things out, I usually have to think things out half of the time. But like I said before, you have no excuses. I've done this before. And I'll tell you right now, I've done this before and I regret doing it. When I used to, so let's say that I used to date before. I used to miss out of the gym a few times. And I completely regret even doing that in the first place. Honestly, I'd be completely deadly honest. And as long as I'm single now, like I feel happy whilst I'm single. And I personally just don't think like, even if I got back into one as well, and then still try and go to the gym as well, I mean, it's full of toxicity. That's what I would say. And there's maybe sometimes like, I'll move that along the side because I don't want to mention about that anyways. It's in the past. It's in the past. But you clicked on this video anyways, and personally, I want to tell you, if you have a disability, if you have the same thing, scoliosis as well, same as me, you can do it. Even if you had surgery, you can do it. You're just saying to yourself that you can't, and it's either if you work out with different weights, and then you fear onto injuring yourself. That's why staff members at the gym are there to help you. If you fear that you're going to injure yourself, that's why they're there. They're not going to look at you being like, oh, they're just going to keep laughing at you. You know, people at the gym, half of them are just minding their own business. Even if you have severe bad anxiety, they're not going to be there and either criticize you, judge you, or whatnot. If you're fat, right, and you're going to the gym, don't even think that they're going to look at you and be like, oh, he's fat, or she's fat, oh, she's anorexic, or he's anorexic. It doesn't like, I mean, so my head's out of place at the minute. But people just mind their own business. really. Even if they're with people and you might hear like laughing and whatnot, they're not laughing at you. They might be laughing at some joke that they made, even though if they accidentally made eye contact with you. They may let's think of this in the positive side, right? They may look at you and be like, he's at the gym. They may respect you for that. You may think that, yeah, you might get that one dickhead that be like, oh, he's at the gym, ha 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 ha. You know, it takes courage for you to go to the gym in the first place. It absolutely takes courage, even if it's your first time. Just find the things, right? Always watch some videos, even if you're not doing the correct form. Don't always think that people are going to judge you because you don't have the correct form for it, or the correct angle on why you're working out. Because last time when I went to the gym, I mean, I had some respect for the other people that were actually there. You know, the people that were actually new to the gym, right? I had full on respect. It does not mean that I'm going to disrespect him in any way. Like I said before, the staff members are there. If you get bullied at the gym and you feel like you don't want to be there anymore, you can always ask staff members. They're not there to either do the same or what they're doing to you. Tell them about it. They'll get kicked out of the gym anyways. It's their fault. They can always go to another gym. But think in your mind. Think in your mind. Look in the mirror and say that you can do this. You can. I was a skinny fucker. I was a complete skinny fucker at the time. But I didn't care if people laughed at me. I didn't care less. Really, I couldn't care less. But I only needed help a few times because I don't want my back to feel like, okay, it's giving up. You know, every single time, right? You know, if I do like hammer curls or something, I don't know. Oh shit. Or just going like that. Like personally, it's not as hard. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not as hard. Go for the lower weights. If you're fine with the lower weights, go up the weights. If you don't know your reps, if you don't know sets, each set that you do. So reps is 12 or 10. So you do 10 at a time, and then that's your first set. Your second set may be the same weight. Let's say this. Your second set may be your the same weight or the upper weight, and that you're doing. You do the same reps, and then the third set will be your highest set. So you go up. So you go up one. And if you feel like, oh, you want to do it until failure, you can do it until failure. That's your successful point. It gets to that place where, yeah, you're going to destroy that one part of your body, and you're going to be happy when you start aching. Yeah, you might feel like you're just grunting every single time. You know, whenever you get back to finish the gym. And I mean, yeah, I feel that pain all the time. But you gotta give yourself a pat on the back and say that you've done well. You feel that achiness. You feel the pain. Because if you feel no pain, you're not going to gain anything. So at this point, stay positive in life, because even if you stayed negative and you don't have any single each thing to do, like I was the exact same as you. I was the exact same. I didn't go to the gym, right? I was just completely skinny. You know, if you looked at my ever first video, not within this channel, but probably on my main channel. It might be in this channel, I'm not entirely sure, because I haven't checked my motivational videos anyways. But there is a picture where my arms were actually like, how would you explain it? My arms were absolutely, they were like sticks basically. So you may seem like, oh, he doesn't look like he doesn't look like he works out. I'm wearing a baggy shirt as well. So if I go flex like this as well, especially on my other arm, and that doesn't mean like, oh, you don't see any shape in it. You don't see any shape. That's just the lighting. You know, every other people at the gym, right, that goes on flex and be like, oh, I really wish I could be like that, and then the next day you don't want to go there anymore because you feel useless. You're not useless at all. It's just how you keep training. Not almost every single day. Take 2 days off. So from Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You know, if you're at work, right, and you say like, let's say this, and you finish, let's say you finish around 6:15 or 6:15 p.m. There is no excuse for you to say that you don't have the time. Have an hour session at the gym. Have an hour session. If you feel like you don't have the time, right, always give it a go. If you feel like you don't actually have the time because of the location and everything, go to a different gym that may be closer to you. But if you can't do that, then what else can I say for you? What else? But especially the eating habits as well. It's like, maybe you're trying to get in your calories, and if you feel like you can't get your calories in, and you may need any protein shakes as well. I mean, I personally like the protein shakes with milk, but a protein shake, always get the whey protein shakes. Nothing else. Any of those are, it's either just the protein. So it's hard to explain. So it's just the protein bit. But if you want to gain a bit of fat and protein, that's your main goal if you're skinny. But if you want to lose weight, it's either eating vegetables, eating fruits and whatnot, drinking water, a load of water. Or if, for example, right, I'm going to show this anyways because I know many people actually take these, but I take creatine. I started taking creatine for 2 days, and I used to take creatine with powder. Didn't like it at all. Wasn't really my thing. So I decided to take gummies anyways. Yeah, no, just waiting because of some arsehole at the back, just revving his engine. But what was I saying? But please, if you're watching this video and you still don't have the motivation to either do that in the first place, by all means, stay inside. Be depressed. Don't eat as much. Be stressed. Because really, what else can I tell? What else can I tell you? I don't know you. You don't know me. But this might come up in your feed for the very first time. And I want the best for you to better yourself. But this is all I got to say anyways. But if you find this video a bit helpful, just give it a like. Give it a subscribe. If you want to comment something negative, I'm just going to laugh at it and then just close off the page. It's just some jealous people, eh? I'm not as bothered if you want to put a negative comment and saying, oh, he's saying this, he's saying that, oh, you're chatting shit. Do it. That's going to bother me. Or give it a dislike. At least you're reacting to it, eh? Same with the comment. So, yeah. Subscribe. And peace.